Hello, everyone, and welcome to this vital training on the ISO 27001 standard, a journey toward mastering information security management. Whether you are new to the field of information security or looking to refine your existing skills, this course is crafted to equip you with essential knowledge and practical skills indeed or needed in today's digital world. Throughout this course, we will break down to the ISO 27001 standard, thoroughly understand each section and explore how to apply these principles within your organization to bolster its security. From strategic planning to continuous improvement, and from risk assessment to managing non-conformities, each module will provide you with valuable insights and actionable strategies. Embark on this adventure to transform how your organization handles information security. Not only will you leave with a deep understanding of ISO 27001, but you will also be empowered to drive significant enhancements in your security processes, crucial in our interconnected world. Don't miss the opportunity to be at the forefront of information security. Let's strengthen our skills together, protect our assets, and build a safer environment for our organizations. Join us for the enriching and transformative training. See you soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our course on ISO IEC 27001 Information Security Management Systems. Today, we will delve into what ISO 27001 is and why it's essential for businesses. This standard helps organizations from various sectors secure their data, thereby winning customer trust. It outlines how to establish and maintain an effective information security management system, or ISMS, which includes detailed policies and procedures to protect against security risks. Over the years, ISO 27001 has been updated to adapt to new security challenges with the latest version in 2022. We will also touch on how ISO 27001 interacts with ISO 27002 to provide a comprehensive framework for data security. Stay tuned as we explore how these standards can be applied in real-world scenarios. Hello, everyone, and welcome. In this video, we will delve into the importance of ISO IEC 27001, a pivotal standard for enhancing information security across diverse industries, not just IT. In today's digital age, where data breaches are common, relying slowly or solely on technology like firewalls and antivirus software proves insufficient. The standard underscores the critical need for comprehensive employee training to improve security practices effectively. ISO 27001 equips organizations with robust methodologies to identify and preempt potential security threats. It emphasizes the necessity of alerting employee behaviors and establishing a proactive security culture to mitigate risks before they accelerate or escalate. Furthermore, ISO 27001 specifies a structured approach through its annex, which enumerates 114 controls spread over 14 domains, including areas like cryptography, physical security, and compliance. These controls are meticulously designed to cover all facets of information security, ensuring a holistic defense strategy. An essential aspect of implementing ISO 27001 effectively is its integration with ISO 27002. This companion standard provides detailed insights into each control, aiding organizations in conducting through gap analysis and risk assessments. This integration ensures that the controls are not only implemented but are also tailored to address specific security vulnerabilities. By the end of this course, you will understand how ISO 27001 can transform an organization's security posture from reactive to proactive, ensuring better protection against the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats. Stay with us as we explore how effectively implement these standards to safeguard your information assets. Hello, everyone, and welcome again. Today, we will cover detailed overview of the ISO 27001 compliance process. ISO 27001 is a critical standard for information security management, structured to enhance security across various organizational facets. Let's break down the compliance process into 14 key phases. First, we start with context establishment, where you understand the specific organizational context, assess stakeholders' needs, and define the ISMS scope. This sets the stage for the entire compliance journey. Next, leadership commitment is crucial, as top management must be actively involved in supporting and steering the ISMS toward its goal. In the planning phase, we identify potential security risks and opportunities and establish clear objectives to address these effectively. Support involves allocating the necessary resources, ensuring staff competence, raising security awareness, and proper documentation of processes and policies. The operation phase is where the planned processes are implemented and controlled to meet the set information security requirement. Performance evaluation then take place where the effectiveness of the ISMS is monitored and measured to ensure it meets the intended goals. Talking right now about improvement. So improvement follows as continual enhancement. It's vital here. Any necessary changes to bolster the ISMS are identified and implemented. Risk assessment involves a systematic approach to identifying and assessing potential security risks that could impact the organization. Risk treatment then sees the implementation of appropriate controls to mitigate the identified risks effectively. Objective setting is crucial as it involves defining specific and measurable security objectives aligned with the bolder goals. Documentation ensures that all necessary information is properly recorded and maintained, supporting the effectiveness and operational integrity of the ISMS. Competence development ensures all individuals involved in the ISMS are adequately skilled and knowledgeable. Communication about information security must be effective both internally and externally, ensuring all stakeholders are informed. Lastly, control implementation and management involves the ongoing management and adjustment of the controls to ensure they remain effective in treating risks. For more comprehensive understanding, consider downloading tools such as Cyber Ready's free ISO 27001 checklist, which provides a detailed guide through each of these compliance phases, ensuring your organization does not miss any critical steps in meeting the ISO standards. Welcome to our discussion on the benefits of ISO 27001 certification. Today, we will explore how this certification can significantly enhance your organization's information security management and governance. ISO 27001 is not just about compliance, it's about establishing a robust risk management framework that demonstrates your dedication to protecting vital digital assets and improving continually. By adhering to ISO 27001 standards, organizations can protect their reputation and financial standing from the severe impact of cyber attacks, which have become more permanent in recent times due to global events. The standard helps you prepare a comprehensive risk treatment plan and ensures your staff are well trained to handle the sophisticated landscape of cyber threats. Moreover, ISO 27001 compliance assets in avoiding hefty fines that could be imposed due to non-conformity with various data privacy regulations like GDPR, NIST, and HIPAA. It aligns with these regulations, reducing the complexity of achieving compliance across different frameworks. One of the significant advantages of obtaining ISO 27001 certification is the reduction in the frequency of audits. This certification streamlines the audit process by ensuring that your ISMS meets the standards requirements through planned internal and external audits. This not only saves time, but also reduces the administrative burden on your staff. Furthermore, ISO 27001 helps in structuring your organization's information security efforts. It clarifies roles and responsibilities, enhancing decision-making and reducing redundant efforts, thereby improving overall productivity and reducing costs associated with information risks. Lastly, strengthening your cybersecurity strategy is crucial, and ISO 27001 provides the necessary framework for achieving a robust IT security management system. Through inspired e-learning's data protection courses, your employees can become well-versed in data privacy and security enhancing. Their ability to prevent cyber attacks such as phishing and malware. In summary, ISO 27001 certification is an invaluable asset for any organization aiming to strengthen its information security posture, streamline compliance processes, and enhance overall business resilience against cyber threats. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our session on achieving ISO 27001 compliance. Today, we will explore the structured approach required to establish and maintain an effective information security management system. The abbreviation of this, as you can see between brackets, it's ISMS. Let's dive into the 10 essential steps. Firstly, it's crucial to understand the standard, which means familiarize yourself with ISO 27001's requirements, ensuring your team is well-versed in the standards, principles, and processes. A deep understanding forms the backbone of your ISMS. As we said before, it's an abbreviation of Information Security Management System and facilitates a smoother compliance process. Next, conduct a gap analysis. In this, we will compare, or you have to compare your current security measures with ISO 27001's requirements to pinpoint areas needing enhancement. This analysis helps focus your effort on making impactful changes. Then you need to define the scope of your ISMS clearly. Outline which parts of your organization will be covered. This clarity helps in managing a focused and efficient ISMS. Talking about establishing a management framework. Establishing a management framework this framework is key in guiding the setup, operation, and continuous improvement of your ISMS, ensuring everything remains organized and on track. Right now, let's perform risk assessments. Talking about this, we have to identify and evaluate the threats to your information security. Understanding these risks is essential for what? For selecting the right controls to protect your organization. With the risks identified, you will implement controls from Annex A that are necessary to mitigate these risks. This involves developing both technical solutions and organizational policies to enhance security. Train employees. You have to train employees on their roles within the ISMS and on the importance of security practices. Well-informed employees are crucial for maintaining a strong security culture. Continuously monitor and review the performance of your ISMS. Regular checks allows you to spot and rectify issues promptly, adapting to evolving threats effectively. Internal audits are critical in ensuring your ISMS aligns with ISO 27001 standards and meets your security needs. These audits help maintain rigorous security practices. And finally, complete the process with a clarification audit conducted by an accredited certification body. This audit verifies that your S or ISMS is effectively implemented and compliant with ISO 27001, demonstrating your commitment to high security standards. By following these steps, you will be well on your way to establishing a robust ISMS that not only meets in international security benchmarks, but also enhances your organization's security posture. Hello again, and welcome to our overview of Section 4 of ISO 27001, focusing on understanding the context of the organization. This section is crucial as it lays the foundation for establishing an effective information security management system. As we said before, the abbreviation that we will find always is ISMS. So, in the section 4.1 in ISO, stress the importance of understanding both the internal and external issues that are relevant to the organization's purpose. These issues could range from economic conditions, technological changes, legal requirements to internal operational challenges. And it's essential to determine how these factors impact the organization's ability to achieve the intended outcomes of the ISMS. Drawing on guidance from ISO 3000 or 31,000 in the 2018 to establish this context. Moving to section 4.2, always from ISO. This standard requires the organization to identify the interested parties relevant to the ISMS. These parties might include shareholders, regulatory authorities, clients, and partners, among others. And it's crucial to understand the requirements of these parties, especially those that are legal, regulatory, and contractual. The organization must then decide which of these requirements will be addressed in the ISMS, ensuring that it meets external expectations while aligning with internal capabilities. Moving right now to section 4.3 from ISO, or ISO. ISO it's in French and ISO it's in English. Determining the scope of the ISMS is discussed. This involves defining what the ISMS will cover and ensuring it is adequately documented. The scope should consider the issues and requirements identified in the previous section and take into account the interfaces and dependencies between activities performed by the organization and external parties. And finally, we have the section 4.4, which covers the establishment of ISMS. The organization is required to not only establish and implement the ISMS, but also ensure it is maintained and continually improved over time. This involves integrating all necessary processes and their interactions as specified by the ISO 27001 standard. So by adhering to these guidelines, organizations can ensure that their ISMS is robust, compliant, and capable of effectively managing and protecting information assets amidst a complex array of challenges and requirements. Welcome to our session on the role of leadership in ISO 27001. Understanding this section is crucial for ensuring effective information security management across your organization. Let's start first with section 5.1, leadership and commitment. Leadership and commitment from top management are essential to the success of an information security management system. ISMS. Top management should first align information security policies and objectives with the organization's strategic direction. To ensure the ISMS requirements are integrated into organizational processes and provide the necessary resources for the ISMS. Communicate the importance of information security and adherence to ISMS requirements. Ensure the ISMS achieves its intended outcomes and support and guide personnel to contribute effectively to the ISMS while also promoting continual improvement. Moving right now to section 5.2, information security policy. In here, management must be established a robust information security policy that reflects the organization's purpose and provides a framework for setting security objectives. This policy should include commitments to meet relevant information security requirements and to the continual improvement of the ISMS. Be documented, communicated throughout the organization, and made available to relevant interested parties. Moving right now to the next one, which is section 5.3. In here, we have organizational roles, responsibilities, and authorities. It's important for top management to ensure that rules related to information security are clearly defined with specific responsibilities and authorities. This includes ensuring the ISMS conforms the requirements of ISO 27001 and reporting on the system's performance to top management. Through these leadership actions, top management not only demonstrates its uh, commitment to securing organizational information, but also sets a precedent for security conscious behavior throughout the organization. This script should be or should help in educating and guiding stakeholders about the critical roles of leadership in the effective management and implementation of an ISMS according to ISO 27001 standards. Welcome to our detailed discussion on Section 6 of ISO 27001, which focuses on the planning necessary for effective information security management. Let's get started with Section 6.1. Actions to address risk and opportunities. This section emphasizes the need to identify risks and opportunities by considering the issues and requirements outlined in previous sections. It's crucial to plan specific actions that will not only ensure the ISMS successes, but also prevent or mitigate undesired effects and promote continual improvement. These actions must be well integrated into the ISMS processes and their effectiveness evaluated periodically. Dealing with this, we have to move right now to section 6.1.2, information security risk assessment. An effective ISMS requires a robust risk assessment process. Organizations need to establish criteria for risk, acceptance, and assessment performance. The process involves identifying risks associated with the loss of confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. Analyzing the potential consequences and likelihood of these risks and then evaluating them against the established criteria. This assessment needs to be documented to ensure consistency and comparability of results. Also dealing with that, we have to move to the next section, which is 6.1.3. Information security risk treatment. Once risks are assessed, the next step is risk treatment. This involves selecting appropriate risk treatment options based on the assessment results and determining necessary controls, which should then be compared with those listed in Annex A to ensure completeness. A statement of applicability must be produced, detailing the necessary controls and justifications for their inclusion or exclusion. This process also requires the formulation of a risk treatment plan, which must be approved by the risk owners. Along with the acceptance of any residual risks, documentation of this process is essential for what? Accountability and future reference. Talking right now about section 6.2, which deals with information security objectives and planning. Information security objectives must be established at relevant organizational levels. These objectives should be measurable, aligned with the security policy, and consider the outcomes of risk assessments and treatments. They must be regularly monitored, communicated across the organization, and updated as necessary. Documentation of these objectives and their planning processes is crucial for tracking progress and ensuring alignment with overall business goals. Section 6.3, planning of changes. Finally, any changes to the ISMS should be planned carefully to ensure that they do not compromise the system's security effectiveness. This involves required and the responsibilities for implementing these changes, ensuring that all adjustments are made in a controlled manner. So by following these guidelines, organizations can ensure their ISMS is robust, responsive, and capable of protecting their information assets against the evolving landscape of threats. Hello again, and welcome to our session on Section 7 of ISO 27001, which focuses on the support mechanisms necessary for an effective information security management system, ISMS, the abbreviation as always. Right now, talking about Section 7.1, resources. This section emphasizes the importance of determining and providing the necessary resources for the establishment, implementation, maintenance, and continual improvement of the ISMS resources can include personal, technology, financial resources, and the infrastructure. Moving right now to 7.2, competence. Ensuring that competence of personnel is crucial. The organization must identify the skills and knowledge needed for people who influence information security performance. This includes providing the appropriate education, training, or experience, and taking sections to acquire any missing competencies. Effectiveness of these actions should be evaluated and documented as proof of competence. Section 7.3, awareness. Awareness is vital that all personnel understand the information security policy, their specific role within the ISMS, and the impact of failing to meet ISMS requirements. Awareness can be raised through regular training and communication. Talking about Section 7.4, communication. The organization needs to establish a clear communication strategy regarding its ISMS. This involves determining what information needs to be communicated, when, with whom, and how. This includes both internal and external communications. This leads us to the final section, which is 7.5, talking about documented information. So documented information must be carefully managed to support the ISMS effectiveness. This involves creating, updating, and controlling documents to ensure they are accurate, accessible, and protected against unauthorized access or loss. Specific control activities should address how documents are distributed, accesses, used, stored, preserved, and disposed of. So by ensuring these aspects of support are adequately addressed, organizations can significantly enhance the effectiveness and reliability of their information security management system. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session on Section 8 of ISO 27001. In here, we are focusing on the operational aspects necessary for the effective management of an information security management system. Let's start with Section 8.1, operational planning and control. This section emphasizes the importance of planning, implementing, and controlling the process necessary to meet the ISMS requirements and the actions determined in Clause 6. It involves establishing specific criteria for these processes and ensuring that they are controlled in accordance with these criteria. It's crucial to have documented information to confirm that the processes are being carried out as planned. Furthermore, the organization must manage both planned and unintended changes effectively, mitigating any adverse effects that might arise. This includes exerting control over externally provided processes products, or services that impact the ICMS. Talking right now about Section 8.2, Information Security Risk Assessment. Risk assessments are vital and should be performed at planned intervals or when significant changes occur. These assessments should align with the criteria established in 6.1.2a. Documenting the results of these risk assessments is essential for ensuring that they are conducted consistently and that the findings are preserved for future references and actions. Moving to the final section, which is 8.3. Information security risk treatment. Following the risk assessment, the organization must implement the risk treatment plan devised as part of the ICMS strategy, documenting the outcomes of the risk treatment, verifies that the risks have been appropriately managed, and provides a reference for continuous improvement. So by adhering to these operational controls and documentation requirements, organizations can ensure their ICMS is robust, effective, and capable of adapting to changes and challenges in the information security landscapes. Hello everyone, welcome to our section on Section 9 of ISO 27001, focusing on the performance evaluation aspects of the information security management system. Let's get started with Section 1, which is 9.1. Monitoring, measurement, analysis, and evaluation. This section emphasizes the need to establish a robust mechanism for monitoring and measuring the effectiveness of information security processes and controls. The organization must determine what to monitor and measure, the methods to ensure valid and predictable results. This timing or the timing of these activities and who is responsible for them, it is also critical to analyze and evaluate the results periodically, ensuring that documented evidence is maintained as proof of the process's effectiveness. Talking right now about Section 9.2, internal audit. Internal audits are crucial for verifying that the ICMS conforms to both the organization's own requirements and those of ISO 27001. The organization should develop an audit program that defines the frequency, methods, and responsibilities associated with conducting audits. Audits must be carried out objectively to maintain the impartiality of the process, and the results should be reported to the relevant management to ensure transparency and accountability. Talking about last section, which is 9.3. In section 9.3, we have management review. Top management should periodically review the ICMS to ensure it remains suitable, adequate, and effective in the face of changing external and internal factors. This review should consider feedback from various sources, including the result of audits, the fulfillment of information security objectives, and the status of risk treatment plans. The review should result in documented decisions regarding continual improvement and any necessary changes to the ICMS. By rigorously applying these performance evaluation process, organizations can ensure their ICMS remains dynamic and responsive to the evolving information security landscape, thereby maintaining the robustness and efficacy of their security measures. Hello everyone, welcome again to our session on section 10 of ISO 27001, focusing on the improvement mechanisms within the information security management system. Let's start with section 10.1, continual improvement. The essence of ISO 27001 is not just to implement an ISMS, but to continuously improve its effectiveness. This means regularly evaluating and enhancing the system to ensure it remains robust, effective, and aligned with the organizational goals. This continual improvement ensures the ISMS evolves to meet changing threats and business requirements. Moving right now to section 10.2, nonconformity and corrective action. Nonconformities, when they occur, are opportunities for learning and improvement. The process includes several key steps. So let's start with the first step. We have reacting to nonconformity. Initially, the organization must take swift action to control and correct any nonconformities and address any immediate consequences. This might involve temporary measures to contain the issue. Right now, moving to evaluating and addressing causes. The next step is to understand why the nonconformity occurred. This involves thorough review of the incident, determining its causes and investigating whether similar issues could happen elsewhere within the organization. This step is crucial for preventing reoccurrence. And also, let's talk about implementing actions. Based on the evaluation, the organization must implement corrective actions that are appropriate to the effective of the nonconformities encountered. These actions should be effective and proportionate to the risks posed by the nonconformities. And also, after that, we need to review the actions. So reviewing the actions after implementation, it's important to review the corrective actions to ensure they are working as intended or as planned. This review helps verify the effectiveness of the steps taken and identify any need for further section. Right now, we have to adjust our system. That's why we have system adjustments. If necessary, changes should be made to the ISMS to incorporate lessons learned from the nonconformities and the corrective actions taken. This might involve updating policies, procedures, or controls. The last section we have in here, documentation. Throughout this process, maintaining documented evidence of the nonconformities, the actions taken and the outcomes of these actions is essential. This documentation supports accountability and continuous improvement. So by adhering to these principles, organizations are not only address immediate security concerns, but also build a stronger, more resilient ISMS.